And I want to know, hey girl, hey, how you feeling? How you doing?
Hey,
Can
we
you tell me
alive.
why? How you feeling?
I'm
Are you
good.
good?
I'm great. It's Friday. It's
It
fabulous
is. It's
Friday.
Friday. I'm on Instagram right now, telling them to come over to YouTube, and I'm wondering. I think I want to be in the in crowd. That's why I'm wearing my glasses because I really don't need glasses unless I'm reading. But I noticed lately I'm always wearing. Do you think I look sexy in glasses? What do you
You
think?
are sexy always, but I love the glasses. I honestly hide behind my frame so I can wear contacts, and I only do it when I go to the parks or the or somewhere with water. But I feel like my face is weird and different without my glasses, so I hide the like it's my accessory. It doesn't look right unless I have them on. And you're
Do
gonna
you
see
have
in a
more
couple
than one
weeks. I
pair?
got new frame. I have a new frame coming. It's like purple, so you're gonna see.
Are they chrome? Are you gonna get chrome straight, shape,
You're
cut,
crazy. You're
whatever?
crazy. I'll wear chrome, but not frames. Nope.
All
All
right,
right.
all right.
All right. We
Well,
good? We
happy,
good?
happy, happy. Yes, we are good. Happy Friday, everyone. I am StarzTina, and this is the amazing Angeline. We're jumping right into the topics today. If you Google us, we're here to elevate your business. We have an event coming up in less than 2 weeks. I'm supercharged to just learn, learn, learn. I have so many notes here, Angeline, that I've been doing every time we interview someone. We're going live in the mornings and in the evenings so that we can get to know more about our speakers. And today we are interviewing one of our speakers who has so much swag. It's just like walking in the building, leadership on demand. You may have heard of that before, but if you have not, he has cultivated this community of people. And I'm so excited. Angeline looks like she's talking on you Instagram right now, but it's cool. So if you want to pull TM through, you can pull him in the center. Hey TM, how you feeling? How you
Hola,
doing?
hola, 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 family. What's going on?
Do
Happy
you
Friday.
speak Spanish or is that a little bit of your Spanish?
Well, I can, a little bit. I can greet you, and I can respond to the greeting. Might be able to get a little sexy. Whether you can understand my sexy, I
Oh,
don't know. I don't know whether you can understand the sexy or not, but I'll try.
so is it the I mommy or I mommy chulo or chula?
You know.
All righty,
What's
let's
going
get
on?
to
What's going on, family? Happy Friday. What's good?
yes, yes. So TM, you did the event last year, I believe. Tell us about this current year. Can you tell the peeps a little bit about you,
No,
what you do, how you elevated your business this year? We'd love to hear from you.
absolutely. No, so Tina, I did not participate last year, but I heard it was
Oh,
amazing.
you had an
Right?
event the same day. That's
The
why you had an
same
amazing
day.
event.
We had folks bouncing back and forth actually, but I'm super happy to be a part of this year's event. Thank you so much for not scheduling on the same day that I schedule. Thank you so much. Listen, this year
I
has
did
been
that on
amazing.
purpose. I had no idea. Honest.
This
You know that Ramon
year
hit me up last
has
year.
been, yeah. Listen, it was literally there were people bouncing back and forth, but I mean, you had a star-studded
They what
lineup.
was really funny is that they had like they're so committed, like our community is so committed to help support us that people had like TM in the background and then they had us over here. You could see them and then you could see them like switch and you could tell when they like were switching and trying to talk to you. And then they it was hilarious. I was like, what is happening?
That's
Because I had
amazing.
no idea.
Amazing. Listen, I think it speaks to the power of the community, right? That we're a part of. Amazing, amazing people. And, Tina, last year, I decided to really bet on myself at the end of 2022. I left my corporate job after almost a decade, right? And I've been running my company part-time in the sense that I always had a full-time corporate job ever since I started my business. And I'm talking like a couple decades, right? I've been in business. But man, 2023 hands down has been the most interesting, the most successful, the most rewarding year, I think, of my career. And I think community has a whole lot to do with it, right? I'm America's favorite mentor, but I have a lot of favorite mentors. We share a couple, right? Glenn Lundy, like Ramon Ray, right? Then I can go on, like Scott Simon, and so many others, Dr. Janie Lacey, right? So many giants, right? In their industry that we get to rub elbows with, right? Many, if not all of them, we can call up, right? They serve as mentors, serve as coaches. I think mentorship is extremely important. I'm excited about January 2024 because January is mentorship month, right? And so, got a new magazine coming out in January, Leadership on Demand, the magazine. Um,
Yes. Okay.
we supersize in a newsletter, right? Now, when you go to Leadership on Demand Weekly, you have businesses that are listed, right? There's a resource directory, 3 pages of resources, all businesses, the business owner name, where they're located in the country, their telephone number, right? Because community is also about promoting what you do. If I don't know what you do, if I don't know your product, don't know your service, I can't flow to you, right? So as the founder of Leadership on Demand, where business owners and entrepreneurs and leaders gather, right? What I realized is I don't know what a lot of them do. So, listen, and guess what? I'm going to tell you this. There's people in your community, Angeline, in your community still right now, Tina, that they don't know what you do. And it's because we don't promote it enough, right? McDonald's and Target and Walmart, they can promote and we not have a problem with it, right? But for some reason, when we start to promote, we feel like we're getting on people's nerves. Target, Wendy's, American Express, Delta, they never feel like they're getting on our nerves. And so for me,
Right.
me talking about businesses, business owners, what they do, it's very strategic, right? Because as I promote, anytime we're in a power hour on Clubhouse, as I call them out, they become more comfortable, right? Being put on the spot about talking about their business. And to me, that's the power of community. And I'm looking forward to leaning in, right, with your community on the 14th. I don't know which day I'm scheduled. I don't know off the bat.
You
Angeline will give us an
Yeah,
announcement.
I'm
But I
looking
want to
forward to
ask
this
you,
summit.
you
I'm
are
looking
on
forward to this.
yes.
you're on Friday the 15th. So
The
you are
15th.
on day 2. So you'll
Yeah,
be showing up
So
on.
absolutely. I'm
TM, I have
excited.
a question for you. I
Please.
think it's important that we realize this did not happen overnight. I
No,
know, I joke around all the time. I say you're an alien, you're not human because you're up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning,
every day.
6 days a week. Because I think are you in the Saturday room?
I'm not there, but I'm up on. That's because I'm up doing stuff on Saturdays.
Okay, so 7 days a week, you're up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then Sunday you have that room for hours. And putting in your time is
Yeah.
so important. When did you first get into Breakfast with Champions? Like, can you tell us how you got to that position? Because some people think they can just come into a space and just, I'm number one to take my business. Can you tell us the journey of how you got to where you are, please?
Well, I'll tell you one. I've been in business since 1996. I've literally been in business, right? I've had a business license since 1996. I'm not new to any of this, right? And so when it comes to business, and that's why Breakfast with Champions was so attractive to me, right? My mom is an entrepreneur. My dad is an entrepreneur. My mom's father was an entrepreneur. My dad's mother was an entrepreneur. It's like it's in my blood, right? So I've always been a leader. I'm the oldest of 6. So, a lot of who I am really just has to do with my family, how I was raised. And so I found my tribe, Breakfast with Champions. I entered into Glenn's Rise and Grind Elite mentorship program back in, I think it was 21.
21. Yeah, I was part of all that
Back
too.
in 21.
With it all,
And
the OGs of the elite.
yeah, listen, I came on Clubhouse January, I think 21, and I sat on the app for 4 months until April before I ever unmuted and said anything, right? I listened. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And at that time, remember, it was people like TD Jakes and Snoop Dogg and Oprah Winfrey. I mean, like major people were on the
Legit.
app, right? So we were just listening, mesmerized that we were listening and talking to these people. And I bumped into Breakfast with Champions. I came into the room one day and Glenn said, "Good morning, TM Hyman." He didn't know who I was. I didn't know who he was. But when he said, "Good morning, TM Hyman," I was like, what the hell? Right? And I think that probably was many of our experiences. Someone who you don't know say your name, and it got me to pay more attention. I was a part of the mentorship program, and one day Glenn said, "I'm going to end the program. It's coming to an end." And we were like, "What?" Right? And
You
at the
were
end,
so
yeah,
sad.
and at the end, he was like, "What can I do for you?" He asked everybody in the group, "What can I do for you?" And see, this is a key, and we'll talk about it more during the summit. Um, Always have your ask in place. I said ASK. You want your ASS in place too, but I said ASK. Always have your ask in place. I said, Glenn, I would love to do a segment, Breakfast with Champions. He said,
Wow.
let's talk about it. I planted the seeds, an opportunity became available, right? And Scott Simon one day said, I want to move, I want to do something different, right? And I think the person who can replace me is T.M. Hyman.
No way.
Scott Simon is the reason why I am in still today a Tuesday 5 a.m. segment. Shout out to my guy, Scott Simon, all the way, general manager, CMA
And
partner,
today's his
West Virginia.
birthday. So happy birthday, Scott.
Happy birthday. My guy.
Now, were you talking already? Is that how he knew you'd be great for that segment?
He had heard me, probably. He had probably heard me speak as I had started to talk on Clubhouse. I think maybe I had did a segment, right? I had probably been used to fill in somewhere. And Scott, I'm telling you, and Scott has told the story several times, and he holds a special place in my heart, not only because of that segment, but because we've met in real life. Scott has walked me through business plans that was on his laptop, right? He's taken time out. And that's just the type of person he is, although he is like mega rich, right? Not even like to play around. He's extremely successful. But that's how we know that success leaves clues. Successful people don't mind investing in people who are investing in themselves. But you have to be clear on where it is you're trying to go, and you have to have your ask in place. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So, Leadership on Demand. How did you come up with that name? What's the concept? Tell the people what your business is all about. Do you do group coaching, one-on-one? I know you do a lot of mentorship, but talk to us about your actual business.
Yeah, so my actual business, TM Hyman and Associates, I'm the founder of Team Hyman Associates. It's been in business here in Atlanta since 2015. Business coaching, personal development, now mindset coaching. I'm a certified NLP, right? So that neuro-linguistic practitioner. So I help to break down barriers and obstacles around negative emotions, limiting beliefs, self-sabotage, right? The imposter syndrome through timeline therapy, right? Through timeline therapy, which has been extremely impactful in helping people to release negative emotions that keep them stuck, right? And bound, like sadness, anger, fear, hurt, guilt, things that we may be aware of at the surface, but we really don't understand the depth of its impact, nor do we understand the root cause, right? So walking people through timeline therapy this year has been phenomenal, phenomenal. I've had about 21 clients this year who have successfully gone through NLP timeline therapy, and the stories that they tell are unbelievable. And so TM Hyman and Associates, it is consulting, it is business development and coaching. Yes, I do group coaching as well. I'll do a 6-week group coaching session that'll start in January, but mostly one-on-one, business mindset and personal development. But leadership on demand, leadership on demand is truly it's the mentorship that I do. There's a difference between coaching and mentorship, right? And so I've always, as a mentor, been compelled to be proactive in helping other business owners, right? So we like to complain about what we see. For me, I'm not a complainer. I'm an action taker. I execute. And so, I'd like to encourage people to be the change they want to see, right? So I do a lot of pro bono work, BWC included, right? And then Leadership on Demand, 6 o'clock on Sundays, and then again at 11 o'clock. And the interesting thing about this is, one, it's a Sunday. So you would think it's the rest day, right? And it should be. But people show up at 6 o'clock, and if I don't stop the room, it will run into 11 o'clock. And then they'll want to keep talking until 1 or 2 o'clock.
You let people
Let's talk
talk.
about that
We're
real
gonna
quick.
keep going, but it's amazing. I love your
It's
room.
unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
So I want to talk about that. I was talking to Ramon about this earlier in his space when it comes to your time. Now, you were my coach at one point. Dr. Fred would always say, your worth, what is your worth? And he would say $997 an hour. That's your worth. Now spending, and you said this the other day, is it filling your heart as well when you're spending this time in these rooms on Sunday? Because I was in your room a couple Sundays, and it's like I gotta go to church, Tina. You gotta put the phone down. So it's like a fight.
So literally, just to lay it all out, right? NLP. When I became certified NLP, at the end of that session, right, it was an accelerated session, 7 days, 120 hours, consecutive hours. It was grueling, like it was crazy. At the end of that session, they said, now we want to let you know what you have gone through and what the value of what you've gone through. Your work, the body of work that you have now been certified to do, is equivalent to a local trial attorney. We all looked at each other and immediately started Googling our local trial attorney. We got certified in November, right? We were recommended to start anywhere from $500 all the way up to $2,000 an hour, which the people in our room who were certified in it, the trainers, the leaders, they were all getting paid that. Many of them were already booked for 2023. This was back November 2022. They were booked solid. Out of the gate, my rate, $750 an hour. And I have successfully facilitated 21 clients in 2023 through NLP coaching. When we get clear, right? When we get clear on the results that we can deliver, we got to draw a line in the sand, right? Because people, a lot of times, pricing is what I think is causing a lot of us anxiety. It's pricing.
Exactly.
Right? And we're going to talk about pricing a little bit during Summit, but it's about the value of what you are delivering.
So TM, we had an opportunity a couple weeks ago to do an event together, and I was very impressed. I know you've been talking about the breath work, and Angeline, let me tell you, I do breath work. There's all different types, but TM is always talking about this 4-6-8. So I'm like, you come and had him go in front of the people, and I say this to say, I remember when I first met you in Kentucky, and Angeline, this was my first. Did you go to that event for BWC?
Not the first one. No, that was the one where I got COVID and I couldn't come. And Linnell Burns got my ticket for my VIP.
I met her there. I met her there for the first time. Linnell Burns was sitting behind me at a table, and I literally connected with her at that event, which was which was unbelievable.
Yeah, girl forgot, and I couldn't go. And so I was so happy that my ticket though was gifted to her, and she just was able to get so much from it, and I just loved it. It was so great. I'm so glad that she was able to.
All right, so Guys, this is off topic totally, but I have to talk about it. Angeline, I told you. So I've got a Mac computer, and Macs are connected to your phone. And one day, I guess I was talking to Linnell or Angeline. I don't know, but Linnell Burns is in my computer as Angeline. So whenever I text Angeline, it says Linnell Burns. So every day I see Linnell Burns, but it's really, I don't even know how to change the name. So Linnell Burns, we're talking about
We
you.
love you, girl. You're
Yeah, no,
amazing.
absolutely. Shout out to Linnell. Her voice, right? I always talk about her voice. She has one of the softest, warmest voices I've ever heard in my life.
She's
So I
so
say that
great.
to say,
Just love
when I first met you, I remember it was an amazing event, Grow for God conference. And at that time, TM, me and God were kind of like, I was just like, and it
Mm,
was very churchy, holy. They were singing all the church music. And I was, and I remember, why are you laughing?
I
And I
get it.
remember coming up to you. I was talking about my boys' nonprofit, and I went up to you, and you had started talking about grants, and you
Yeah.
said, "Do you know anything about grants?" And I was like, "No." And you said you gave me he has like 10 phones, Angeline. He's like, "Take this number, okay. Take this number, okay." So I have all these phone numbers, and he never replied. Because he has a whole lot going on. I guess he had to make sure I was real. So it was probably like a year later.
Oh
I
no.
mean,
Oh no.
okay, okay, 6 months. But
This is
anyway, my
why
point is,
when someone asked me for TM's number, I'm like, I'm not sure if I have the right one. Let me confirm I can share this contact number with you. And I was like, I
girl,
don't know, girl.
girl, I
Hold
was
on.
so excited. I was like, oh my God, TM gave me his number. I'm gonna get grants. My nonprofit's gonna be good. And he never replied. I was like, nigga, what? What?
That is
Like,
too funny. That is
but
too.
anyway, we've had opportunities to work together, and I've learned so much. And I'm just so excited for the summer for 2024. And
Yeah.
it's just weird that an app like BWC, would change so many lives. And for those of you watching, TM is a smoother, softer version of me, I say. And I say that because when I was going to do a drive for sneakers, I wanted to collect 100 pairs of sneakers. And I asked for his support, and then I got scared. Remember, TM? And I
Yeah.
stopped talking about it.
Yeah. I do.
And he's like, call me. And can you talk about that, TM? Is that what you do with your clients? Because you fired me up so much in that conversation.
I don't know, but I'm glad that I went from not responding to, you know, to responding. I'm glad, right?
Did I
um,
did I did I put up some crazy vibes? Is that why you didn't reply? Like
I
she's
have
crazy?
no idea. I literally was trying to reach back in my memory bank, and if anything, I think probably what happened is my phone at that event was probably flooded. It was probably
For six
flooded,
months, six months
and
to 8 months.
because well, let me tell you something about me. If it's
You were in his phone as
overwhelming,
Linnell Burns, and he
if
wasn't sure who you were.
no, I'm gonna own it. If it's overwhelming, if it's too many messages at one time, I don't respond to any of them.
Oh.
Yeah, I know that for a fact. I have a yeah. If it's overwhelming, if it's a ton, it's like okay, I could never reply to all of these. So it's like yeah. So that's probably what happened. I'm much better today, 2023, compared to 21. And guess what? My time is not split. I had a corporate job plus running a business,
Right.
probably a few businesses, and so I had to get focused, right?
Focus, man. I love
But
it. I love it.
but you asked about my clients. I'm genuinely interested. For me, right, it's not just about business, but I'm a social enterprise person as well. I'm a social entrepreneur, right? And what that means is I like to hear about endeavors and investments that are going to help us socially, right? Like any kind of cause related things, right? I chair a nonprofit where we ship books to Africa, right? We've been doing it for almost a decade. And people don't even really know about it because we just kind of do what we do. I'm into justice, criminal justice, right? Social justice, anything that's going to help to push culture forward, right? Like diversity, equity, and inclusion. I was the chairperson of the ERG, right, at Cox Communication before I left. I was representing about 10,000 plus Black folks, right, in the area of corporate diversity, equity, and inclusion. So when I hear about things that are going to help culture, I immediately, like, my antennas go up, right? So when I heard you talking about shoes, right, which is a dire need for young people in Africa, right? Everyone doesn't live in Lagos, right? And so, there are needs. And so it sounded like a need. You sounded passionate because it was about your son, his business. And so, whatever, I think there's a genuine concern about people, culture, right? Real causes. I'm in, and I think you can kind of tell that a couple of years later with us being in BWC. So you were one of the first, Tina, I think, who were able to get that up close and personal. But I can also tell you that it was because I met you in Lexington, Kentucky.
Those
Even though I
Well,
didn't, even though I didn't call you
make it
back
all.
for 6 months, right? You planted seeds that did compel me, right, to want to support you as if I had known you for years, a year later, right?
I love it. And it's just something about having that person that's, we all need that support in life, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
Angeline, you have any final questions or no, before you have your final question, TM, what's
yeah.
something you'd like to leave the people with or what can we expect from you in 2024?
Listen, bet on yourself. Bet on
Ah,
yourself. Be willing to bet on you. No one is going to execute your vision for you, right? It's not our vision, it's your vision. Be willing to bet on yourself, and don't be so quick to leave your job. I used my job to fund my dream for years. I didn't just like up and leave haphazardly or because I was mad at somebody. Never leave your damn job just because you're mad at somebody. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because you have just given that person and that job way more power than they really possess. Never leave your damn job just because you're mad. I'm just telling you, right? Have a plan. If you're mad, at least have stacked some cash and have a plan about what your next step is. Anything less than that is emotional. It's
see,
emotional.
that's the man. That's the man in you. See,
Yeah,
I'm here. I got to get out of here. I got to stay up in here and get out of here.
yeah.
Work with the heart,
Stay,
head and
stay,
not the heart.
stay in your heart set and in your mindset, and you will be set.
Ooh, I like.
I
Can I
love
take that? Can I take
that.
it for the next book?
Absolutely, absolutely, it's yours.
All right. So,
Hey, I love y'all.
Angeline, yes, we love you too. Thank you so much for rolling through. It's going to be,
Angeline, what you
oh,
got? What you
and
got? What you got?
I just want to know what made you say yes to elevate your business.
The relationships, because it's you two, right? Yeah, yeah, we're working on a whole lot of stuff. Like, y'all are pressing me for books. Storm Maria's texting me like, I got an event. I need a book cover. I don't
yeah, I
even
was
have
actually
any
going to
of
tell
that
you that. I was
done.
waiting for you. Do you want to tell us about your book? Tell us about your
Nope,
book. What's the name
nope,
of it? What it's about?
nope, nope. I don't want to tell you none of that because I'm working on it. I'm using the month of December to get all of this stuff. Got a magazine coming out. I'm supersizing my newsletter. I'm working on a couple books. I got. Listen,
And
go ahead.
no, don't you work with children? Weren't you talking about your thing and
I'm
different?
hosting uh Christina's event next
In
month,
January, you know
right?
that's my birthday weekend, TM. So
So
we're
we're
gonna
gonna party. We're gonna
we're gonna
Party,
party.
do it.
party,
It's gonna
We're
be
gonna
so
party.
party.
exciting.
And Tina, I'm trying to get into universities now, to support college-bound graduates who are transitioning as entrepreneurs, along with speaking to young people who are graduating out of high school, right? And so 2024, I was excited when you reached out recently, because I think there's not enough of us doing that kind of work in education. And so I'm tapping not only into more corporate development, but also reaching across that aisle into education as well
I
as
love it.
youth outreach. 2024.
I love it. I
Let's
don't know if you know this,
go.
but you're also on the team. I met with the superintendent's office yesterday. I had two important meetings yesterday, and I don't know if you know this, but you're a part of the team that's going to be speaking to these students with Leadership on Demand. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, no, I haven't gotten a memo on that yet. So yeah, let's talk about that.
Yes, all the great things going happening in
Let's do
2020.
it.
That's my
Excited about
Jamaican
it.
accent.
Excited about it. Teamwork makes the
All
dream work.
right. Yes, Angeline's going to give us the rundown now of the show. This is pretty long, TM, so you don't have to say. She does it pretty good. It's kind of boring. I mean, it's not kind of boring. Is that kind of?
Did she really just
It's
say that? Did she really?
it's amazing. It's amazing.
Thank y'all.
You want to get your ticket today? It's Angeline. We can't hear you, Mama. It's $97. You're muted, Mama. $97. Get your ticket today. We got the BOGO
Get your
going,
ticket.
so
Get
there's
your
no
ticket.
excuses.
Tina makes fun of
Angeline,
me because I get super excited about all the speakers because look who
she does,
opens us
TM.
up.
It's
Like
too exciting.
Glenn
It's
Lundy
like
is going to be kicking it off for us on day one. And then we have Araya McGarry, Dre Baldwin,
no,
Dr.
you got to do the flip screen. You got to do the flip screen. Stop being lazy.
Glenn Lundy.
See, I told you it was boring, TM. I told you she doesn't even want to do it anymore.
Ramon Ray, he's our celebrity CEO himself. Araya McGarry with her Limelight TV network coming through. I keep calling him
My
Dr.
guy,
Dre. Why do I do
Dre.
this? Dre
He
Baldwin.
is Dr.
His
A. Speaking to his life. Speaking to his life. Dr. Dre Baldwin. Speak into his life.
He's
Rudy
smart enough.
Rose, who I have labeled the it guy because he's all about the IT. Dr. Fred, our worthologist, and day 2, TM Hyman, of course, is coming through. We have Barbara Majeski, Megan DiMartino,
You're
Marvin,
doing it again. You're being lazy.
Malika Star. So we have all these amazing people. Of course, TM Hyman, America's favorite mentor.
Very nice
I get
picture.
excited. It's not
That's
lazy,
very
Tina.
nice.
It's excited. I'm all like,
I don't know who he thinks he is, Angeline. He's got the lips poked out. Like, I don't know if he's
Boss.
looking for a date
I
or what with this
mean,
picture.
it's
Boss.
kind of, it is a boss. It's a boss picture. Megan DiMartino, Malika Star, Barbara Majeski, of course, and then the live event. I'm so stoked. Dr. Jeannie is going to be
Stop.
our MC. Marilyn Wilkins coming through. Dora Maria, Debbie Dellingwaba,
The whole
Mama
crew.
Hattie, Dr. Dale, Fatima Hassan, and my 2 favorites, Kim Walsh Phillips and Justin Guarini, are going to be there live.
All of our friends.
I'm stoked. I'm so stoked.
Yes, all of our friends. I feel like I'm at a Jay-Z concert. Jay-Z and friends, Tina and friends. Like, come
All
on,
our
let's do it.
friends.
Let's do this.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
Is it true what I heard, TM? You might drive down since it's just a couple miles away. Is that
I
true?
don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
No, I heard that wrong.
I heard he's gonna drive through because he has like his Florida crew that he does his.
You know the crazy part is this
know?
year I'm in Virginia for Christmas. I'm always in Florida. That's the crazy part. I'm always in Florida for Christmas. Always.
I was gonna
Really?
say you're here because you do your nonprofit stuff over here in Florida.
Normally I'm there for Christmas, but this year I am up north for Christmas.
You're gonna say
I love it.
now. Well,
Thank you
miss
so much for your
you
time.
With you virtually on the 15th for sure.
Yes, and we'll see each other at Angeline's party, which is now the Christina show.
Y'all need to come. Y'all need to come to that as well. It's going to be
Myrtle
really
Beach,
incredible.
Myrtle Beach.
IMYS.world if you don't know. So it's going to be really cool. So thanks, guys. Thanks, Kim.
Happy Friday.
See you. Priest and a bottle of hair grease. Bye.